Aloha, friends and family. Ellie Mae here, coming to you from sunny Hawaii, wishing you all a very happy new year. I first want to say thank you for giving me your time and attention to hear about something that I am very passionate and excited about. As most of you know, I started a new business last year that I've been working on part-time hours alongside my full-time job. That's all about to change because I'm happy to announce that I will be breaking free of the cubicle in just a few short weeks and will be devoting a lot more time to building my new business. That said, I'm still all the way out at sea, and it's occasionally challenging to find a common hour of the day to talk to you all about what I'm doing. So I thought this could be a fun way to share with you when it was convenient in your busy lives. Before I jump in and tell you about this company and what it is exactly that I'm doing, I want to share with you how and why I got involved in the first place. I got a call one day from a friend and former coworker from Capitol Hill who presented me with the chance to be one of the first, not only in Hawaii, but in the country, to help roll out the new company by the doctors who created Proactive. Talk about coming out of left field. But I listened, and we realized fairly quickly that this opportunity could do a lot for our family. Now, go into your specific why and just make sure it's concise so it doesn't get too long. So briefly, I'd like to tell you a little bit about this company. Back when doctors Katie Rodan and Kathy Fields were still students and roommates at Stanford Medical School, they came up with the dream to effectively treat acne over the counter. Both had suffered from terrible acne as teenagers, and Katie Rodan, an Army brat, specifically tells the story of being sent to doctors all over the country as her family moved around constantly, and no one could do anything for her. But the reason doctors Rodan and Fields felt like they had found the answer was because they had a very unique philosophy about how to treat acne. First, they recognized that you can't just spot treat a pimple and think your problems will go away. They understood the cycle, and they knew that the entire face needed to be treated. Second, they came up with what they call multi-med therapy, and what that is using the right combination of medicine and active cosmetics in the right formulation and in the right order to get the best results. And the added bonus was that by doing this, users could get around needing to make an expensive and time-consuming trip to the doctor for the prescription. So when their revolutionary new regimen in hand, they shopped it around to all the big names in the skincare industry. One by one, they had doors slammed in their faces, but it was the send-off words of advice from the executives at Neutrogena that changed their lives. After they were told that there was just absolutely no way that they could sell a 3-step regimen on the shelves of CVS next to Clearasil, the doctors were told, and I quote, "But you two are really cute ladies. You should go on TV and talk about this." And as you all know, that's exactly what they did. Proactive was unleashed onto the world by an infomercial, and almost overnight, these two doctors became the two most famous dermatologists on the planet. For the first time, people were actually able to treat their acne issues safely, effectively, and affordably from their own homes. Proactive is now a billion-dollar company, sold in over 180 countries worldwide, and carries with it brand recognition that rivals the likes of Nike and Coca-Cola. So fast forward to the early 2000s, the doctors each have flourishing practices in San Francisco, which surprises a lot of people, given that they certainly don't have to work. But they love what they do, and they love being involved in the latest innovations in skincare. It was around this time that they really started seeing patients for issues that people never used to trek to the dermatologist for. Back when Proactive was launched in the early 90s, people mostly only went to the dermatologist for skin cancer or major rashes or things of that nature. But more recently, people were coming to them, willing to take the time and spend the money to get help with the things like dark marks from sun damage, rosy cheeks from rosacea, and more for treatment of lines and wrinkles. In the past 10 years, Botox has exploded. Dentists are even performing it on their patients. And you can't watch television for more than 20 minutes without seeing a commercial for some product that will help you turn back the years and give you younger looking skin. Right now, the anti-aging market is a $3 billion industry, and that's scheduled to rise to $5 billion in the next 3 years. So the doctors decided to dust off their proven multi-med therapy philosophy and create a new company, which they called Rodan Fields Dermatologist. And that would consist of 4 key regimens to address the issues of sun damage, sensitivity, adult acne, and of course, aging skin. After countless clinical tests and amazing results, the doctors realized that they once again had created products that would revolutionize the way people treated their skincare concerns. So let me quickly give you a rundown of what each of these regimens does. First, here we have Reverse, and I would recommend having maybe a sampling set up in front of you somehow. Here's a little not so fun fact. When you look at yourself in the mirror, only 20% of what you see is the result of genetics and the passing of time. 80% of the way that your skin looks, be that just uneven and dull or speckled with dark marks and obviously any lines and wrinkles, are a result of sun damage. Shocking. What reverse does is it erases the signs of premature aging by exfoliating away dead skin that's making your complexion dull, and by treating the underlying skin with a 2-step dose of the medicine hydroquinone. The hyperpigmentation that is resulting in dark marks is broken up and your skin becomes brighter and healthier. And here you add a personal experience, same with any other regimens, just to make it more personal. Next, we have Unblemish. This is essentially a new formulation of Proactive that was created specifically to treat mature skin. Proactive was formulated for adolescent skin, even though I know a lot of adults who are still fiercely loyal users. But as we get older, our hormones change. Some adults are finding themselves with breakouts that they never dealt with before. Unblemished is perfectly safe for people of all ages. It actually is quite preferred by former Proactive users for a couple of fixes, if you will, that were made. For one, these products don't bleach your towels, shirts, pillowcases, which is really nice. Additionally, this dual chamber, and hold it up, this dual chamber delivery system actually keeps the benzoyl and the cream separate until it gets pumped out into your hand, making you the chemist, but also maintaining the efficacy of the product. Next is Soothe, which was developed to treat hypersensitive complexions. Most people who have sensitive skin know it. Others just think they have rosy cheeks because they're Irish. But what the doctors have done with Soothe is allowed people with all kinds of sensitivities to treat, cure, and move on. This regimen helps fortify skin's natural moisture barrier. It calms redness and reduces irritation. And this regimen can be used from head to toe. I know someone who used the second step of this regimen on her 18-month-old daughter for eczema after 3 pediatric dermatologists couldn't help her. That's Steph, by the way. In just 12 hours, it was gone, and she became a consultant. I know men use Soothe to take the redness away after shaving and to calm their razor burn. And my business partner, Leighton, she uses a combination of the second step of Soothe and one of our microdermabrasion products to treat her keratosis, which are those annoying bumps that a lot of people get on the back of their arms. She's had it her entire life, and nothing doctors have given her have ever worked until now. And lastly is the anti-age regimen. These products layer cosmetic ingredients and proven peptide technology to reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and enlarged pores. Peptides are the magic ingredient that actually naturally trigger your skin to produce collagen and elastin. So instead of injecting yourself with Botox to temporarily paralyze your skin, which is poison, by the way, peptides work with your skin to increase cell turnover and create healthy and firmer skin. The AM and overnight creams in this regimen actually contain the industry's highest allowable concentration of peptides, which accounts for why they're so effective. In addition, there are a number of other products in the anti-age line. One I'll mention is the eye cream. The eye cream not only reduces lines and wrinkles, but it also treats puffiness and dark under eye circles, while special optical diffusers instantly brighten the area, which is a nice immediate result. I'll also mention the overnight serum because that's getting a lot of attention right now. Packed with peptides and retinol, these monodose capsules give an extra boost to fighting lines and wrinkles. And retinol, if you don't know, has been favored by dermatologists for decades because it enhances cell turnover, which improves skin texture and minimizes the appearance of pores. So what the doctors did after creating and bottling these new regimens will surprise you, knowing that they could easily just do another infomercial and add another gazillion dollars to their bank accounts. Instead, they decided to call up mega skincare giant Estee Lauder and sell them their company. Estee Lauder obviously took advantage of that, and not daring to take the doctor's trusted names off those products, they started selling them as is in a number of high-end retail stores like Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Henry Bendel, Bloomingdale's, to name a few. Well, the doctors got a call in 2007 from Nordstrom and were told that their products were the #1 selling skincare products in their stores. The doctors then decided to take a little closer look and see what that was all about, so they hired an outside firm to do some market research. What they found shouldn't surprise any women listening on the call right now. They found that in most cases, it wasn't the cute sales clerk behind the counter that was really moving product. It was a friend of a satisfied customer who was walking into the store already dead set on buying what her friend was using. They saw that time and time again. Their success in the retail setting was really a result of word of mouth and women doing what we do. We talk to each other. So with this new information in mind, the doctors also took a look at what was about to happen in this country and in the world. First, it was 2007. In a very short time, the economy was going to tank. The writing had been on the wall for a while, and the doctors knew that very soon you'd be able to shoot a cannon through a high-end department store and not hit a soul. People were going to be holding on to every penny they had. Additionally, the rise in social economy was beginning, and they knew, because they are incredibly savvy businesswomen, that traditional business models were going to start becoming obsolete. They realized right away that social media was going to change the landscape and that Facebook and Twitter could be used to their advantage. So the doctors, in their second most unprecedented move of their careers, decided to buy their company back from Estee Lauder, because they can, and free it from the glass counters of the high-end department stores. They weren't exactly sure what they were going to do with it, but they started calling around and collecting their dream team of executives, many from the very meetings that they were turned away from in the 90s, to figure out what to do with these amazing products. Lori Bush, who was the vice president of Neutrogena when her company turned the doctors down and suggested they take their acne solution on TV, said that for years they all kicked themselves for not scooping up Proactive when they had the chance. They also agreed that the next time those doctors came calling, they would all stand up and walk out with them. Lori Bush did just that when the doctors gave her a call, and she enthusiastically became the president of Rodan Fields Dermatologist. So with their executive team in place, they began brainstorming what to do. And that's when the idea of launching this company into the direct market was born. Now, like myself, the doctors were instant skeptics. Immediate images of Tupperware parties and closets full of inventory flooded their minds. But once they took a closer look, they learned that direct selling really is a legitimate business model and is also responsible for creating more millionaires worldwide than any other industry. But before they were on board, they were going to make sure that they did away with everything about direct sales that people didn't like, the parties, the inventory, handling money, delivering products, and make sure that there were exciting incentive programs in place to reward consultants for just doing their job. So in 2009, Rodan Fields was launched in the U.S. direct market, and today Rodan Fields Dermatology sells more in 1 month than Nordstrom sells an entire year. It was a very smart business move on their part. And while I can still walk down any street in this country and tell someone about these products for the first time, the health and beauty industry has been buzzing like crazy ever since the doctors brought these products back into the market. Magazine editors go nuts every time these doctors come out with something new, resulting in more mentions in all of the top magazines monthly than all of the other direct selling companies combined. And I'm not talking about advertising. This is free press from giddy editors, which is why I'm so excited to be a part of this company right now. In just a few weeks, I will be flying to my home state of Texas to take part in a lot of high-level training and celebrating, as well as being in the room when the doctors unveiled their major new products. The doctors met with 30 health and beauty editors in New York City a few months ago to tell them what was coming out, and they've been called game changers, and the editors are just bursting at the seams to go viral with it. I've heard the rumors, and I hope they're true, because that's going to mean huge business for me. And if that wasn't enough, we're beginning our international expansion in just a few months. Who do you know who would like to hear someone ask them if they'd be interested in being the first person in their entire country to introduce the Proactive Doc's next big thing? So what does all this mean for you? This business can be for anyone. Women, men, 40-plus hour working professionals, military spouses, teachers, stay-at-home moms, college-age students, professional athletes. It's true, we've got some. You name it. There's practically one of everybody. Most people start out devoting 5 to 10 hours a week where it fits into their lives to working this business, just sharing and getting the word out, building an organization of customers that produces residual income for years, and business partners who build as well, which creates wealth not only for themselves, but for the person who brought them into the business. Building an actual asset that they can then sell or even will to their children. It's a very unique aspect of this business. Thanks to the incredible training that's available, I didn't have to have any clue about sales or dermatology to jump right in. I've also got award-winning products if you just want to get the best skin of your life. It's a new year, and perhaps you've made some self-improvement resolutions. With our preferred customer program, you get 10% off on all of your products forever, plus free shipping. And every product comes with a 60-day guarantee. So you have 60 days to drain every last drop, and if you aren't completely satisfied, you can return those empty bottles for a full refund, no questions asked. Something I'm willing to bet you can't do with the products you're currently using. By the way, our company's return rate is less than 1%, which includes customers who decide in those 60 days to become consultants. So they return their products and sign up, knowing they can then turn around and get their products at wholesale cost. That's how much people are loving these products. Additionally, we have an entire nursing staff at our disposal to field any questions from you. All of this means that trying these products is risk-free. But if you already have more money than you know what to do with and have perfect skin, then I'd love your referrals. Who do you know who would love to get their hands on these products? Or who do you know who could use a little or a lot of extra money? Please give me a call or send me an email so I can connect with them. And I always take care of those who refer people to me with my referral rewards program. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time to hear about this company, these products, this opportunity, and why I'm so excited about it. I encourage you to click on the regimen results link in the email, as well as the link to my partner's newsletter. It's got a lot of great information about the industry and about why now is the time to take a very serious look. You also may have specific questions about the products or the business, so I will be sure to follow up with each of you next week to discuss. But before I fade to black, I want to leave you with one last question. Knowing what you know today about the success of Proactive, if you had partnered with the doctors when they launched that product into the world, where do you think you would be today? What would your life look like? Because that is the very real offer that's on the table right now. In 5 years, Rodan Fields dermatologist will be a household name across the globe. And this is your once-in-a-lifetime chance to be first. Mahalo!